Fertility. You play a nomarch at the head of a metropolis of ancient Egypt, walking and shaping the Nile Valley to organize the collection of different resources and to erect sumptuous monuments to the glory of Pharaoh. All these resources will supply your various shops to make them lucrative and will promote the development of your metropolis in order to become the richest of the nomarchs, that is to say, the player who won the most Thebans at the end of the game. Course of the game. Starting with the first player and continuing in clockwise direction, each player will have to place a valley tile and collect resources. Valley tiles consist of 2 scenes representing 2 of 4 game resources: alabaster, cattle, papyrus flower, and grape. Placing a valley tile. Take one of the 3 valley tiles from your personal stack and lay it on the central board. You can choose the orientation of your tile, but be careful. You will have to connect to at least one other tile already in play, and most importantly, to match at least one of the 2 scenes of its tile. Another placement constraint. Valley tiles must always be placed on a desert box. Indeed, it is forbidden to put a valley tile on a water or wheat box. If you cannot place a tile, then discard one from your personal stack and continue your turn. Harvesting resources. Placing a valley tile allows you to harvest resources. 4 situations can occur, and they are, of course, all cumulative. 1. Connecting to another tile. Each scene in the tile that has just been placed brings a resource for each identical scene to which it is connected. For example, here you will get 2 alabasters and a grape. The resources are taken from the stock and you place them next to your metropolis. 2. Connection to a wheat field. The tile that has just been put down brings you a wheat for each wheat box on the central board to which it is connected. Move the wheat marker of your city's granary by 1 box per wheat 1. 3. Covering a resource from the board. If you place your tile on a resource icon, you immediately earn the corresponding resource. The scene covering this symbol can be of any type. The resource is taken from the stock and you place it next to your metropolis. 4. Creation of a quarry. If, by placing a valley tile, you form a completely enclosed space of a single empty square, you create a quarry. You can then choose one of the 4 resources of the stock. But you can also not take a resource and instead place one of the monuments of your color in the newly created quarry. These monuments will bring you extra Thebans at the end of the game. Building a neighborhood tile. Once your resources are collected, you can, if you wish, build one of the neighborhood tiles available face up next to the board. Start by paying the cost of building this neighborhood. This is shown at the top right of the neighborhood tile. You can pay for it with any combination of resources: alabaster, cattle, papyrus flower, grape, or wheat. If you use wheat, do not forget to move the wheat marker from your granary back to the corresponding number of boxes. If you use the other resources, you must take them among those located next to your metropolis. Important: you cannot use the resources already placed on your metropolis. Then place the neighborhood tile on one of the free slots of your metropolis. Be careful, you can only build one neighborhood per turn. Remember, you never have to build a neighborhood. Of course, if you no longer have a free slot in your metropolis, you cannot build a new neighborhood. Supplying the shops of your metropolis. Whether you have built a neighborhood or not, you can then, if you wish, place the resources still available next to your board on the shops of your metropolis. Each neighborhood tile has 1 to 3 shops to stock. A shop can accommodate as many copies of the corresponding resource as its display icons. It is quite possible to supply several shops during the same turn. In the same way, it is not necessary to fully supply a shop that requires several resources. You can do it later in the game. When a shop is fully stocked, you earn the profit shown to the right of the arrow. These benefits are of several types and really depend on the supply shop. For example, gaining resources to immediately supply other shops or to earn late season cash to improve one's score. Be careful, The resources placed on the shop can never be moved or removed. They remain in place until the end of the game. End of the round. If you have resources left beside your metropolis because you did not spend them to build the neighborhood or use to supply your stores, then they are lost and must be put back into the stock. Then complete your personal reserve by taking the valley tile of your choice and the reserve stack. Then complete the stack by drawing a new valley tile so that there are always 3 available. If you have built a neighborhood, reveal a new neighborhood of the reserve stack to replace the one you took, then next player in turn order. Game over. The end of the game is triggered as soon as it is no longer possible to fill the reserve stack up to 3 tiles. Each player plays a final round and then proceeds to the final count. Final countdown. Take the score notebook and count the deepens of each player. First of all, the generalist shops. Entirely stocked, they bring you the value indicated in deepens. Obviously, if they are only partially supplied, they do not bring you anything. Then go to the specialty shops. Entirely stocked, they give you 1 to 3 deepens for each copy of the corresponding resource present in your metropolis. For example, here the specialty shop in grape is fully stocked. You earn 3 deepens for each grape present in your metropolis. With these 7 grapes, you win 21 deepens. Then, God statues. You earn deepens with the largest collection of different statues you have in your stocked shops. The scale is indicated on each metropolis board. Then the monuments. The player who built the most monuments of his color on the central board wins 15 deepens. The second wins 7 deepens. In the event of a tie, for first place or second place, the tied players all win the corresponding value. Obviously, a player does not win any deepens if he has not built at least 1 monument. And finally, the granary. The wheat track reports the number of deepens indicated on the box where your wheat marker is at the end of the game. The player with the most deepens wins the game. In case of a tie, it is the player with the least resources on his metropolis board who wins the game. And in case of a new tie, then the tied players share the victory. It was the video rule of Fertility. Thanks and good game.